Hello, BookTube. I have yet more mail, and I think it's once again cheap mail. I don't think any of these things came from publishers. I've got 3 packages here, 2 boxes and a bag, and I think they're all books that I ordered online. I wasn't aware that I ordered this many of them online, but maybe it was a while ago. So let's take a look and see what this first. Oh, I was wrong. The plastic, the one that I thought was plastic, actually contains a box. So they're all in boxes. Let's see what we have here. Very nice packaging job for this thing, whoever did this. I briefly went on a spree of ordering books online until I realized how dangerous that is, how habit-forming it can be to do that. So I largely stopped, and I thought, I was under the impression that most of the stuff that I ordered had already come in. So now I'm worried that this will be a present from one of you. That would be, What have we got here? Oh, it is a present from one of you. I don't believe it. You people are so nice. You are so nice. You are nicer to me than I deserve. None of this falderall about how my videos are somehow helping you get through quarantine. None of that deserves you spending money on me. It just doesn't make sense at all. I am going to allow it just for now. Once quarantine lifts, no more of this buying books for Steve business. I talked about this book on my channel recently, and I mentioned that I didn't have it anymore. And somebody got me a copy. This is The Year of Decision, 1846, by the great Bernard DeVoto. And look at that, rough-hewn edges. There is our wonderful author, ready to tell somebody something, ready to teach, ready to bolt up out of his desk and go somewhere. Incredible. Okay, so this has the dust jacket. Oh wow, this is a book. This is a Book of the Month Club. This has an insert from the Book of the Month Club. Wow. Incredible. Okay, great. Fantastic. So I have this now. Great, and in a better format than I would ever have dreamt. Not a trade paperback, but just a hardcover with a dust jacket. That is great. Steve is very grateful. So let's move on and hope these aren't all that. Let's go to this next one here. This has eBay tape all over it, so I guess that tells me where it came from. And I'm trying to, baby, how many of these things do you want anyway, baby? You're just insatiable. I'm trying to remember now if I ordered anything from eBay that, sorry, I don't have my scissors nearby. Cardinal rule that I've broken. I don't have my scissors nearby. So I'm forced to force my way into these things with just my fingers, which is easy to do because I can't really feel my fingers, but it is more time consuming. This must be something else that I ordered. Oh, baby, just tearing the life out of these things. Oh yes, okay, all right, this is me, I ordered this. Fantastic, great, great. This is, we've seen this before. The other day I showed you a big hardcover omnibus of the Avengers, collecting the Avengers from the 1960s. And I mentioned that I love the Adventures. I bought them originally when they were 12 cents, but that I didn't like that big hardcover anymore. It was inconvenient, too heavy to lift, too heavy to rest on top of me if I'm reading it in bed. And in the meantime, Marvel has made full-color reprint volumes of all of those issues. So I just got them. I just got them all. I had, we saw yesterday, I think, excuse me, or the day before, we saw an epic collection. That's what these things are called Once an Avenger. And this one is an epic collection called The Masters of Evil. And this is, oh wow, fantastic. There's Captain America fighting the Red Guardian at the height of the Cold War. Fantastic. This, so most of these are going to be written by Roy Thomas, I think. Yes, and drawn by John Buscema, although there are a couple of issues in here that have Don Heck artwork. Oh boy, fantastic. Okay, so and that's what this is. These are just full color reprints of the issues that were in that hardcover. Only this is going to be completely comfortable to read. So that's great. So I'm just assembling all of the Avengers back issues in these full color trade paperback epic collections. That's fine by me. I'll take them all except for volume 1. the very beginning of the Avengers, the first 10 issues or whatever, don't really interest me at all. But all the others do, up until issue 100, something like that. So great, fantastic, and brand new. I can't help but notice how wonderful. All right, great. And then we have this final box, and then we'll be done for now. No idea what this could be. I did get one other thing in the mail that I knew it was, so I opened it. It was this. Frida's Flea Drops. Very, very good. Because I have to assume that at some point it is going to warm up here in Boston. And once it does, I'm going to start, when it's warmer, if it ever gets warmer, then I wash my little dog. Then I wash Frida every week. Just, it's easy to do. She weighs 10 pounds. It takes no time at all. It's not the 5-act Wagner opera that it was to wash a basset hound who doesn't want to be washed. If you've never tried that, it's like trying to grapple with an extremely dim-witted and gassy, enormous pig. I don't have that anymore. Frida doesn't like being washed, but if I tell her to stand still, she will do it. And it takes no time at all to do. And the perfect handmaiden, the necessary handmaiden to washing a dog regularly is dousing them for fleas regularly. And that way, there's just no trouble at all. I'm gearing up for the theoretical return of summer when I will do that. But I didn't think we needed an elaborate box opening for flea medication, did we? Oh, fantastic. Okay, great. I ordered this. This is another one that I ordered. Fantastic. Okay, and I ordered this for a very particular reason. Great. Not only, well, I ordered it because I don't have it, shamefully. And now I do. Wonderful. Okay. Okay. Great. This is Brandon Sanderson, The Way of Kings, Book 1 in the Stormlight Archives. And I ordered it for a number of different reasons. I ordered this off eBay. And it's in perfect condition. This is a beautiful trade paperback. It's a bit of an eBay failure, even so. And once again, I'm having adventures with eBay because I'm doing a little more business with them. I think we all are. And the seller who sold this to me had a listing on eBay, and I thought, that's a book that I want. I don't have it, and I want it. And I had questions. So I emailed the seller and said, can you tell me exactly what size this book is? I am looking for a trade paperback, not a mass market paperback. Can you tell me what size this is? And at first they wrote back and said, we don't know. I said, you don't know the size of the book that you're selling. And so I walked them through it. I said, okay, well, a little mass market paperback, the kind of thing that you put in your pocket, is it one of those? And they said no, that it is a paperback. I said, okay, great. That's one question answered. Another question answered. On the picture on your listing, you show a trade paperback of The Way of Kings that does not have this. It does not have this yellow sticker. It is the original trade paperback reprinting of this book that does not have the beautiful cover artwork marred by this stupid thing. And I said, the illustration that you have on your listing on eBay does not have that big yellow sticker on the cover. And what I want to know is the book you are actually putting in the mail to me a faithful reflection of that? The book you're putting in the mail to me, is it free of this circle on the cover? And they said yes, and it clearly is not. And there's no way they couldn't have known that. That had to be just a lie. So that's disappointing. That is disappointing. I want a trade paperback of this book that does not have this marring the cover. And now I don't know what to do. There are other trade paperbacks listed on eBay and Thrift Books and Abe and whatnot. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to trust the answer? If I can outright ask the seller and they can outright lie to me, then I don't know what I'm getting. I'm just assuming that the seller will not lie if I ask them a pointed question. In this case, they did. And in other cases, they have. So I don't know. I want either a hardcover of this thing or a trade paperback without this yellow sticker. I guess I'm just going to have to try again. That's all. But the reason that I got this, some of you might be wondering, you're a book reviewer. Why did you have to go online for this? Did you have a copy? Yes, I did. It's a shameful story. I got a review copy of this, The Way of Kings, when it first came out. And I read it, and I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. And then I got the finished copy of this, of course, as a follow-up back in the good old days when I got books in the mail. And then I got rid of them both. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. I enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't keep it. And then the second book came out. Words of Radiance came out. Was coming out. Was scheduled to come out. And I emailed the publicist and said, boy, I would love that. She said, okay, I'll put you on the list for the review copy. And I said, oh, and by the way, any chance you could send a hardcover of The Way of Kings while you're at it? And she said, sure, no problem. So I got a review copy of The Words of Radiance, and I got a hardcover of The Way of Kings. And I thought, great, fantastic. I reread The Way of Kings, and I read Words of Radiance, and I got rid of the review copy of Words of Radiance, and the finished copy of Words of Radiance, and the finished copy of The Way of Kings. And then the third book was scheduled to come out, and I wrote to the publicist and said, I would very much like one. Could you put it on a list? She said, sure. I said, any chance you could send copies of the first two? And she said, sure, absolutely. And I got rid of all of it. I don't know why. I don't know why. It must have been one of you. I'm going to blame you anyway. It must have been one of you that asked and wanted this, and I just sent them off. And I am too embarrassed with the fourth book. I'm about ready to request the fourth book, and I am too embarrassed to ask the publicist if I can have copies of the first three. I've done that every time, and it's starting to feel bad. So I thought, you've done bad enough in this. You've performed badly enough in this whole thing. You should just bite the bullet and spend some money on these books. So I did. But I didn't spend my money on this. I don't want this on the cover of my book. I think the hardcovers that I saw in all sorts of used venues were way too expensive or couldn't guarantee that they had a dust jacket. I can't stand listings like that say item may not have a dust jacket. Well, what do you mean may not have? You know whether it does or not, and I want to know. But I seem to remember that some of them were pricey, the hardcovers. I originally let the whole thing go. Months and months ago, I let the whole thing go when I knew I wanted these. And I knew there'd be a fourth one, because this author doesn't let you down. He doesn't make promises and then not deliver a book. I thought, well, it's no big deal. The first, second, and third books will show up in hardcover for $1 at the Brattle, here in Boston, the Brattle Bookshop. And there isn't any Brattle. They're closed, and so is everything else. So I need to look around, I guess. I need to put the question to more sellers. Can you tell me for sure what your book looks like, what the book you're sending me looks like? I know what I want it to look like. I want a trade paperback of this book that does not have this on the cover. If you out there in the wilds of BookTube have a trade paperback of this book or a hardcover of this book that with a dust jacket and you don't care one way or another, I'd be happy to swap. I'd be happy to swap this for it, and I think I could probably fill a box with other editions, with other things to swap for it. But at least you people I know, at least you people I trust, you won't just lie to me. So that could be possible, but otherwise I am going to have to try again, because I know what I want. I know what I want. I don't think I'm not usually a picky book person at all, but if I have a particular request and it's not outlandish, I'm not asking for this thing to come with fresh carrots. I want a cover that I know was printed in the hundreds of thousands of copies, and that the seller of this copy told me they were sending me. But the reason why I want this book, not just to prepare for the fourth book, but also because there is a read-along going on, Storm Along. I will leave links to it down below. There's an event going on. A bunch of booktubers got together and are going to go slowly and appreciatively through this whole series in time to be ready for the fourth book when it comes out in the autumn. And I'm on board. I'm totally on board, and you should be too. This is a weird series. So that's a little frustrating. That is a little frustrating. Let me know if you want to do a swap. I will make it worth your while. I will fill a box with books for you. But otherwise, I'm just going to have to go online and see what I can find. I don't want to pay $500 for a hardcover. So I guess I'll see. This is part of my learning process with ebooks. Well, not ebooks, rather with eBay and Abe and whatnot. This is part of my learning curve, is seeing what sorts of things are possible to happen. And now I have learned, this is not the first time, I have learned that sometimes the seller will just plain lie to you when you ask them a very specific question. So there's no room for ambiguity. With a size difference, maybe there might have been some room somehow for ambiguity. But I was asking whether or not there was a big yellow sticker, a big yellow circle on the front of the book. And I was told no. And there is. So I don't know what to do about any of that. Let me know your stories. But one way or another, I am going to reread this. I don't know that I'm going to reread this copy. It's in perfect condition. But I know what I want. and I don't want it with a big yellow sticker, a big yellow circle on the cover. So anyway, that was a wild and varied book thing, wasn't it? A couple of gifts to myself, Way of Kings gift to myself, and another Avengers Epic collection. I now have like 5 of these things, and that's great. And The Year of Decision by Bernie DeVoto with a dust jacket. That is fantastic. That goes right on the history shelf out in the other room. Fantastic. So there you go. There is the mail. Wonderful. We'll see if we can keep this streak up tomorrow. That'd be great. I'd love some Thursday mail. But in the meantime, I'm going to wrap this up. But I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.